All right, everything is turning on. There it is. Welcome home, Bitcoin Truth Seekers. It is Tuesday, November 26th, 2019. It's 7:20 a.m. here in Arizona. All right, this morning, well, not a whole lot of progress for Bitcoin. About the same as we were yesterday. Let's go through the markets and see what's up. All right, so as we can see here on Coin360, we have a mix of green and red today. So this morning is not a red day across the markets, and Bitcoin is up 0.6%. It's been down to 7K, or I should say below 7K, I believe, in the last few hours, but we are making a little bit of a rally this morning. ETH is down, LTC is down, EOS is making some moves, and TRX is up 4.5%. Actually, EOS is up 2.8%. So definitely there are moves in the markets being made, but of course Bitcoin is just up 0.6%. So not a huge rally this morning for Bitcoin yet. Markets closed still for Dow Jones Industrial Average, but we closed on a green day yesterday, and the MACD looks, well, pretty, let's see, undecided. We crossed negative, then we crossed positive. So we'll see how that plays out today. And of course the markets closed for the S&P 500, but we closed on a green day yesterday, and same thing for the Russell 2000 index. We closed on a green day. Nice green candle for that, actually. Now, Tether into Bitcoin at 2.53 billion. That's great. That's off the charts. Not as good as yesterday, but still, that is great volume to be seeing. Tether into Ethereum. Any day we're over a billion. Recently, I'm thinking it's a good day. We're at 1.1 billion. That is rocking. So great volume when it comes to Tether into Bitcoin and Ethereum. Remarkable volume, really. Bitcoin market cap's 128 billion. Real volume is 447 million. Well, that's better than 300 million, which is kind of mediocre. So we are starting the day with some pretty good volume. And nice thing about Masari.io is that they're hard asses. They don't give anybody a break. They really chase out the watch trading, etc. So this 447 million may not look like a lot of volume compared to some other places that list it, but I would say it's probably the most accurate volume. So wonderful. Good volume. Great Tether into Bitcoin. Pretty good volume. Good way to start the day. Just that we do have a Bitcoin which is just 0.6% up, and it has been trending up and down. Let's take a look at that before we go any further. Jonathan Regan over at Blockchain Education, he did notice that looking at Bitcoin, if we look at the 200 moving average on the 30-minute, this is really where it's been hanging out. This is where it's trying. This is really the support and resistance that it's working on. So as you can see, we are still, over the last good number of hours, on a slight downtrend. So I would recommend, watch this 30-minute chart, watch 200 moving average, and let's see where this goes today. We have been, I think we probably broke. We were just above. I think we're just barely keeping 7,000 since the last time I talk to everybody. So let's see what happens. We need to break above this 200 moving average to get Bitcoin really rolling again. Let me look at a chart that's a little bit different. Let's look at the 1 hour. You can still see that downward progression, and of course in the 1 hour we're well below the 200 moving average. So anyway, we need some upwards momentum. Let's keep going through. Kind of jumped ahead a little bit there, but all right, the Bitcoin Bitcoin dominance today is 68.7%. Altcoin market cap is 58 billion. At least yesterday was a green candle, and today so far is one. Let's look at longs versus shorts across Bitfinex, BitMEX, and Binance. 60% longs, 39% shorts. Bitfinex has optimism rolling with more longs than shorts. BitMEX has just more longs than shorts, and Binance, of course, all their grumpy pants are there. Ain't nothing but shorts. So I do wonder why that is. I'm still kind of researching that. I wonder if it's because maybe leverage is new to Binance, and I don't know, all the traders that think they're gangsters that think it's cool to short. I'm not sure. This is the CMA futures gap. I should say CMA futures chart, not gap. So Bitcoin CMA futures on the 1 day delayed. I don't think this market's actually open yet, just like the Dow and etc. the traditional markets. But yesterday we did close on a red candle, so we've been sideways for like 2 days. I need to get above that 200 moving average for this to be positive, to be bullish. So yeah, CMA futures do seem to be a pretty powerful thing to look at. It's just BTC, one exclamation point, and I've noticed on the daily when it's just like Bitcoin really. On the daily, when you're above the 200 moving average, you're good, and when you're below it, you're usually not good. You're usually bearish. So definitely, along with looking at Bitcoin, check out the Bitcoin CMA futures, because unfortunately, these do play a role in, well, the great peaceful revolution of Bitcoin. This is where the nasty bankers hang out. All right, so Bitcoin on the daily. Let's look at the MACD. It is nice that we are closing the histogram. The MACD on the daily is definitely still negative, but it is turning positive. So let's see if we get another eggshell or candle, eggshell histogram mark today rather than a blood red heartbreak one. So anyway, let's see if we can stay positive. We are closing the MACD on the positive side, but we still have a ways to go. It's still negative. It's still probably going to pull Bitcoin down more than it supports it. Now, we, just like yesterday, we're still working on that 618 fib line. It looks like we've been above it, we've been below it, and it really depends on exactly where a person puts their fib retracement. I mean, it can always give or take a little bit where exactly the 618 is, of course, but as you can see, we are working on it. We're wicking above it, wicking below it. We need to break above that, get moving towards this 0.5 fib line up there at 8,500. So right now, really, that's the news for the day when it comes to Bitcoin. We're still working on that 618 fib line on the daily. Of course, we're well below the 200 moving average. And to start making some progress, we got to break the 618 fib line, break through it pretty good. We need kind of a candle like this, I'd say, like this one, or a couple candles. We need to break above this 200 moving average, and we also need to break above this 618 fib line, because it's just not helping us. So that's kind of the news for the day. You can almost close it right here. And to get above the 618 fib line to get Bitcoin back on track, and definitely above this 200 moving average on the daily. Looking at the daily once again, we can see with the VPVR that we are hanging out, that we actually need to hang out. We need to get above our current 7,085. Need to get back up to around the 8,000 range, because that's where we have a lot of EPR volume and, of course, support and resistance in the chart. We do have it down here around 7,000. I mean, you can see it. I can clone this pretty easily. And you can see there's definitely, some previous support and resistance around, the 7K area where we are right now. The only issue I have is that the VPVR really doesn't show any support and resistance there. It shows it down around 5,100. So we need to break out of this bad habit around 7,000, get back to 8,000 where we have good support, get above that 618 fib line that is hanging out right around 72, 7,300, depending on how you draw it, and get back, start working towards this 0.5 fib line, and get over that 8,500 line, which is the 0.5 fib line, and hopefully eventually above the 200 moving average, which is right around 9,400. So we need some pumping. We need to see what we saw, several, good number of days ago back here in October 25th. We need some pumping, whales. Come on, show up for work today. As you can see on the 1 hour, Bitcoin has been trending down. We're below the 200 moving average. If we can get some volume to come in, we need, just looking at the hourly chart, we would need a gain of about 7 or 8% really to get above this 100 moving average and use it as support. So that'd be around 7,600. So really, that's what I'm seeing this morning. Looking at the 2 hour chart for Bitcoin, explicitly looking at the 2 hour MACD, which I tend to believe shows immediate price action. We had a little bit of an uptrend, and as you can see, it's been going down. Histogram is closing negative. The MACD is closing negative. The blue line, the MACD is heading towards the red line, heading towards going under it once again. So anyway, we're heading into the holiday season. It's going to be Thanksgiving soon for a lot of us here in the U.S. and I guess abroad also, of course. So who knows if we're going to see a rally this holiday or not. It's hard to tell. But we are seeing, at least, something I'm seeing is we are seeing this great volume. So we're seeing great volume of Tether into Bitcoin, Tether into Ethereum. We're seeing pretty good volume here, at least not mediocre, over at Masari.io. But we're just not seeing that price action reflected here on the chart, on the Bitcoin chart. So we got some, whales versus whales going on here. Big news. Okay, this went away. But basically, TradingView. Hey, if you use TradingView, It's the Black Friday sale right now, 60% off. I mean, this is when I pick it up yearly. Get over there. If you're a TradingView person, this is where the good deals are right now. Hey, do you want to create Bitcoin? Check out Blockchain Education. I've been a member for 2 years, and this is where the amazing traders hang out. There's, I would say, everything from experts to beyond experts there, and there's a lot of people like me who are, like just a couple years into trading, and there's people who are brand new every day. You can just hang out, watch a bunch of videos, you can learn the blockchain education method, and you've got a 24-hour chat where you can hang out with other traders and compare charts. There is a hybrid trading system if you want to get automatically entered into trades that blockchain education creates, or you can opt out of that. Also, you can, for slightly less, there's just a signals group you can join where you get signals, but they are all manual entries. If you go for the full membership, I'm Cowboy Craig in the chat, Cowboy Craig in the chat, and I hope to see you there. As always, I'll be here again tomorrow. Like, share, subscribe, and comment. Sorry I don't sound ravishingly excited, but basically, Bitcoin's just not ravishingly exciting today. We need some volume to roll in. We need to get above this 200 moving average, which is hanging out right about 9,400 on the daily. We need to at least get above this 0.5 fib line, which is around 8,500, and start using that as support. We really need to make the 618 fib line, which is hanging out around 72, 7,300. We need to break through that and use that as support and start moving. So right now, Bitcoin, I sadly would say on the daily and on the 2-hour chart here, and also on the 1-hour chart, looking at it for just looking at immediate price action, we are a little bit more bearish than I would like, but strangely, we do have great volume coming in. So with all that said, in summary, let's see what Bitcoin is doing. Has it changed? Now we're at 7,115, up 0.57%. Again, like, share, and subscribe. I'll see you tomorrow, and hopefully we'll see something exciting in the Bitcoin Daily View. Take care.